Conservative radio host Erick Erickson is sounding off on Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick after Lutnick suggested earlier this week that Intel should give the United States government an equity stake in the company in return for CHIPS Act funding.
Great Britain, 1971?
These are the raging capitalists, the masters of the universe.
Is this like socialist Britain? Pre-Thatcher?
State capitalism, to be generous.
Oh, my God.
So Erickson accused the administration of, yes, embracing socialism.
I'm sorry, but no, this is a terrible, this is socialism. The U.S. government would become the largest shareholder of Intel. This is actual socialism happening by a Republican administration. There's no national security justification for this. All of you people were freaked out about Mamdani in New York City wanting government-run grocery stores and saying the people need to seize the means of production. That's what Harold Lutnick is doing right now, saying that the government must seize the controlling interest in Intel, the means of production, in order to get government money. You can't just be against socialism when the left does it. If you're not against socialism overall, guess what? You're going to get socialism. So if you support socialism, apparently Donald Trump is your guy.
So the United States government wants a cut of one of the most successful private companies on the planet.
Over the past 40, 50 years. They've run into some problems over the past 10 years or so, 5 or 10 years. But you have a guy from Wall Street in a Republican administration constantly accusing everybody of socialism. Never mind the corporate socialism that they practice day in and day out and day in and day out for oil companies and for monopolies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they're running around worried about lettuce in New York City grocery stores and Mamdani's plan, which won't work. And they're talking about taking one of the key American companies from like 1988, 89 onward in the whole IT age, and taking it over. This is socialism. This is what Margaret Thatcher was elected to stop. This is what drove Great Britain and other countries that tried to do a little bit of the nationalization of private companies. Like, this is what we got away from 50 years ago, and now we've got a Commerce Secretary saying they want to do that with one of the most important companies in our country.
Whiplash on many fronts here. I mean, I remember when we were first beginning to do Real ID. Real ID came out of 9/11, right? Right. That you wanted to have a really secure way of identifying people that got on planes. I mean, the Republicans in Missouri and other states were going crazy. We can't let the federal government get our data. Now, this federal government, Trump's federal government, is
sucking up all of our data,
vacuuming up every bit of private data in your life. So there's one. 2, taking over for local governments. What happened to states' rights? What happens to local control? Get the feds off my back. Get the feds out of my life. Now it's okay for them to be marching troops and taking over local governments. And now business. He's not only putting his hand inside of businesses, he is trying to use the presidency to actually change the way businesses are operating in this country in an unprecedented way. I mean, from this company, but look at what he's doing, like with NVIDIA, saying you've got to pay me 15% of anything you sell to China. I mean, this is really blurring the line between what our founding fathers intended and what this guy is trying to pull off. And the people who were most on the side of the founding fathers and states' rights are now going, hey, it's okay. It's Trump. He's a businessman. It's okay. It's really unbelievable.
Well, this is, for Lutnick to be suggesting this, John Lemire, is just stepping over the brightest of bright lines. We're going to take over a private company, give us 10% stake in a private company. That, by definition, is socialism. Not all the things that the whack jobs say socialism or Marxism or communism is. This is, by definition, the federal government taking over a portion of a private company for their benefit. It's crazy.
Yeah, socialism, a four-letter word for those on the right, and yet they're embracing it. Joe's right. This is what this is, and it is yet another norm that's gone. It is another moment where Republicans, or we've hit on a few of them just today. Republicans have been willing to set aside long-held beliefs, Willie, because of what President Trump wants.
Twist themselves in knots, defend things that were indefensible to them just a
Never
couple of years
dreamed of
ago.
it.